Welcome to English class, students. I think you are feeling very bored at home because you are in complete confinement. Because of lockdown, you are forced to live in your houses. You are not free to move here and there. So I thought to take this poem. That also reflect the same thing, means this poem is based on the topic, based on the theme of confinement versus freedom. This poem establishes a contrast between a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in its natural habitat, means in forest. When we see this is the poem that is written by Leslie Norris. When we read the first stanza, in the first stanza, the very first word is a pronoun, that is he. He. He stalks in his vivid stripes. He stands for tiger. He stands for tiger. Means simply here, it is the example of personification. As you know it very well that whenever we have he used for any animal or non-living thing, that is example of personification. So here he stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet kite in his quiet rage. I underline the two words. I will tell you later on about the two words. He stalks. Stalks means here follows. I am writing this here. Follows. He follows in his vivid stripes. Means here skin of the tiger. Stripes. Vivid means colorful. Or you can say bright color. Stripes means the stripes on his skin. So here the tiger is moving in his colorful stripes. How? The few steps of his cage. Why few steps? Because he doesn't have any open field to move in. He is in confinement. He is in a cage, so he cannot move freely. He is in confinement, means he has been deprived of his freedom. On pad, how does he move? He moves on his pads of velvet white. Pads means the down part of his paws, and velvet means soft, white means very silently. Why silently? Because he is in cage. So he is moving in his colorful stripes. Only few steps he could take, and he moves on his paws which are very soft, and he is moving very quietly in his quiet rage. Here example of it is quiet rage, means when two opposite words are put together one after other. So it is example of oxymoron. Oxymoron is example of when two opposite words are put together. For example, if we speak this in Hindi, how bad he is, वो कितना बुरा है, अच्छा बुरा है. So here two words that are opposite each other but they are put together. Example of oxymoron. In his quiet rage means no doubt by nature, by temperament, tigers are known for their anger, but now he is very quiet. Why? Because he is in confinement. There is no use of his anger. So I think first stanza is clear. Now we should talk about its rhyming scheme. You see there cage and rage. Here I write A, here it is B, and then it is C, and it is your line second is rhyming with fourth line. So A B C B. So rhyming scheme is A B C B. Now other poetic device, it is oxymoron. I told you oxymoron is also a poetic device. It means when two opposite words are put together. Example of oxymoron. And in first there is one more example. It is called consonance. Consonants means consonants when we have consonant sound, as this name suggests that it is something related to consonant. So consonants is a literary device, which means the consonant sound that is prominent, it can be initial position, it can be middle position, it can be in the end. For example, in first one, if we talk about consonants, there is this s sound, it is say sound. S means S, here it is S, here it is S, it is S. It is example of consonants. And there is one more example of, it is again we have, that is assonance. Assonance means where we have, like consonants, we have assonance where we have vowel sound prominent in any line. For example, it is there in second line, e sound, and here it is e, example of assonance. In the last one also, I, it is example of assonance. And one more, it is called enjambment, enjamb, enjambment also very frequently we come across this poetic device, enjambment, when we have two lines or more than two lines without any pause, without any full stop, without any punctuation mark. So here in this poem, the first two line, here there is no sign of comma is put at the end of the second line. So there runs two line together. It is example of enjambment. So now we see the second. Again it is starting with he. It means again example of personification. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. In second stanza we have, we can contrast second, means in first one, tiger in the cage, it means zoo, and here tiger in the forest, here it is wild tiger in the forest. Now he should be lurking in shadow. Lurking means remaining hidden. He should be lurking in shadow means he has hidden himself somewhere in the shadow. Sliding through the long grass, and here in the forest he is sliding means moving stealthily through the long grass. Sliding through, sliding means moving through the long grass. Grass you can see in forest only. So near the water hole, and he can be seen normally. He means he is a tiger. Normally a tiger can be seen moving near the water sources, can be pond, can be river. Why? in order to wait for his prey. Deer is very common prey. Prey means no, the victim, the prey for which he want to eat. Where plump deer means very fatty deer. Very fatty deer come to quench his thirst, and for that plump deer he is waiting there nearby the water source. Third one, in this stanza again, we if we talk about rhyming scheme, then they see here shadow and grass pass. So here it is A, B, then here whole it is C, and grass is rhyme with pass. So it is B again. Same A, B, C, B. And here enjambment can also be seen in second line. In second line and third line there is no punctuation marks, and in no there is example of enjambment here. There is no punctuation mark in this line, and in this line there is full stop in the fourth line. Means here it is comma, so there is no example of enjambment. Enjambment can be seen in three lines here. This example. And if we talk about consonants we have here it is sh sound, s and s here. No, this is not example of consonants. Here it can be. Here this is s sound and s sound here. Now we come to the third stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fang, his claws terrorizing the village. Means in second stanza and third stanza, the tiger is in the forest. He should be snarling. Snarling means here it is. Snarling means when he stop, when he roar. When he roar in his full sway, it is snarling. He is snarling around the houses, moving around the houses at the jungle edge. A tiger can be seen even on the edge of the forest, baring his white fangs. Fangs means here it is white teeth, baring his white teeth. Teeth means uncovering his white teeth. His claws also. Claws means his feet, his claws, and terrorizing the village. Means this is the art of how he roars outside of the forest. He is free, and he is free. He terrorizes the villagers. Then in next, but he is locked in a concrete cell. In second last stanza, once again, the life of a tiger is in the zoo. Here he is locked in the concrete cell. Concrete means cemented cell. Concrete means cemented. Cemented cell. Cell means cage. The cage is made up of cement. The tiger is locked in the concrete cell. His strength behind bars. Now if we talk about his strength, his power, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitor. Because he is locked in the cemented cage, so his power is also minimized there behind the bars. He is not powerful. His strength is not so much there. Stalking the length of his cage. Stalking means moving here, there. Stalking means moving here, there. He is moving The length of his cage means from that edge to this edge of the cage. Ignoring visitors. He is ignoring with visitor. Why? Because he cannot do anything to the. He cannot harm anybody. He cannot do anything to the visitors. Visitors, those who visit the zoo to see animals there. He ignores them because he is powerless in the confinement. He cannot do anything to them, so he is ignoring them. And normally when we go in a zoo, we see the animals in bars and we throw stone in order to tease them. We think ourselves powerful than when we see the powerful animal inside the cage. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. In the last stanza, I leave this stanza on you, and you have to find out where is the tiger actually in the last stanza. He hears the last voice at night. Whose voice was that? The voice was the patrolling officers in the cars. Patrolling officers means those, you can say, they are watchmen, night watchmen. They come to visit all the animals and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. And brilliant eyes means very bright eyes. Bright eyes. With his bright eyes, he can see the brilliant stars, the very shining stars. He is looking hopefully toward the shining stars, toward the stars, bright stars. A kind of hope he has in his eyes. That's why we can say that he has his eyes very shining. Now, if we in last three stanza, if we talk about rhyming with the same throughout the poem, we have the same example of rhyming scheme A B C B. Okay, in this here houses, and then we have as village B B A C. Here it is A B C B. Cell is rhyme with it A, then bars B and cage and visitors. Night A, then car B, and then we have eyes C and car and stars rhyme with each other B. A B A B. And throughout the poem we can see there are many examples of personification also. Now in this poem the poet only aims to satirize the human being. Why should they put the animals in cage? They also have their freedom. They also have their right to live their life according to their choice. So we should not keep them in cages. We should let them move free wherever they want. So this is the poem. Thank you. Now after this you will go through a PPT that I will show you. Thank you.